Hi everybody, thanks for joining me again. We have Jody Lee up for review today. She's a 2004 80-foot Lazara. So as I'm going through this, if you want to look at anything and any more details, then just hit your pause button and zoom in on the photographs. I also have the full brochure and some other bits and pieces available. So I can send them off to you at any time. Just click on the request more info button that's up here on the right hand side. Leave me your email address and I'll send it off to you right away. So taking a look here at the running shot. And now it's worth mentioning before I start, this is one of only a few of the new style Lazara, 80-foot Lazaras that is available right now. They do come up from time to time, but they're a great boat. There aren't an awful lot of them out there anyway. They do another version of this with the same sort of looking lines in the 116 size range, and same with those. There aren't an awful lot of them available, so bear that in mind as we're going through. So it's obviously going to maintain its value. So 80 foot, 2004. This was actually the flagship for the Lazara fleet and their sort of showboat for a few years. The draft 4'8" to 6'5", depending on sort of the load of the vessel, the amount of fuel, water that you have on board, etc. 20-foot beam, fairly standard. GRP or fiberglass hull. Great engines in here. The Cat C30s, like the C32s, they're very popular engine, almost sought after, very easy to work on. You can go anywhere in the world and always find a Caterpillar technician. So great engines to have. Cruising speeds fairly good for this size boat, 25 knots. Bearing in mind the amount of volume that's in this boat, they really push her along quite quickly, and the C32s are very efficient engines, so that's kind of impressive there with that cruising speed. 3 staterooms in this. Difference 3 to 4 staterooms. You generally have more space per cabin with just the 3 layouts, so more of an owner sort of boat rather than something that you're going to cram too many people on. 2 crew cabins, so 4 crew. It actually says here that the price is $3,200,000. I know that to be wrong. The price now is actually $2.5 million. I looked on when this price was last updated, and it's kind of interesting. Gives you a bit of an insight into sort of market changes and market conditions right now. This was updated at the end of 2009. Now I believe the boat has gone through another owner at that point. I'm not sure why this hasn't been updated, but 2009, to now, that's right around $1 million reduction in the price of that. So it's really a great time to buy now. It's sort of throughout the industry is very aggressively sort of priced for buyers. So a little bit of an insight there. Looking through the photographs now, like I said, the boat was Lazara's flagship, their showboat, so absolutely every option that Lazara offered at that time is fitted to Jody Lee, so you can't get more of a higher spec Lazara in this age range than you see here. The interior was a professionally contracted interior designer. All of the woods you see, lots of veneer inlays, marble used everywhere, beautiful sort of soft goods, great use of color. So on this photograph on the top right, this is the main salon and open concept through to the dining room, and then forwards of that they have this beautiful huge country kitchen. So this really feels like a big volume, and it is a large volume boat. Moving on to the master stateroom. So like I said, it's 3 stateroom boat. Each of the cabins have queen beds. The master cabin is a full beam master, and the bathroom, rather than a lot of the boats sort of in this size range, will have the bathrooms behind the master cabin. This actually has one forwards, and it's not a split his and hers. It's more of a sort of a slightly larger open bathroom. So you can see on the top left photograph there, they have all the high gloss veneer inlays either side of the bed. It actually looks like there's some mirrors above the bed, so maybe that's your cup of tea, maybe it's not. You can see the portholes through the other side of that vanity desk, just to the starboard side of the bed. On the top photograph on the right hand side, a beautiful marble foyer there. That foyer will be nice and open. Remember, it's only got the three cabins, and they probably have sort of wash and dryers down here, or maybe even another day head is how they usually use up these spaces. The bottom photograph on the left hand side, again more beautiful millwork and woodwork there, marble bathroom, his and hers sinks, and then down on the right hand side, that's one of the guest cabins, another queen bed there. You see the TV's fitted up in the right hand corner, and a fairly large bathroom when you actually walk through there and see it. More beautiful veneer panels. Starboard stateroom on the top on the left hand side there, basically a mirror image of the port side cabin. Woods, high glosses, nice bathroom. You really get a feel for the sort of effort that was put into to this boat for finishing it to a very high quality. The lower photograph that you see, that's the captain's cabin. Now it says somewhere in the write-up that it's for that can accommodate 8 guests. Maybe there was an intention at some point to have the captain's cabin an option for 2 other guests. Personally, I think that it was just a mistake in the brochure, so you'll see that in the start of the write-up a little bit later on. One of the best things about this boat is the enormous flybridge that she has on her. It has 2 or 3 separate seating areas, has this huge bar, has a big melee grill up there, has a jacuzzi, a couple of nice big helm seats with the flybridge helm station up there. The helm station retracts back down and seals up when it's not being used. A real sort of entertaining area up here, nice and open as well. You can see there on the top on the left hand side, that's another section of the seating up there. The lower photograph, you can see the tender up there. I think it's a 15-foot tender, and there is a crane up there that you can't see it on that photograph, but there's a davit up there for launching that, and there are also 2 3-man jet skis on board here. Now it doesn't specifically show where they are on the photographs here, but I know them to be in the port and starboard aft quarters. So by aft quarters I mean, if you look on the bottom left hand photograph, either side of the swim platform there, those two almost look like pontoons, but the two back sections of the hull, they're actually hydraulic doors. So those doors lift up and they have a launching system and a winch system in there, and there's one jet ski in either side of those pods. So real great use of space there, and that's sort of swim platform or sports platform that comes out as well. So great setup for water sports, and a nice big back cockpit on that main deck level as well. Now on the layout here that you can see on the right hand side, they're not very good quality pictures there, but you can just about make out the layout in that bottom arrangement there, with the 3 cabins and the crew up forwards. The middle, that's the main deck. You can see the large back deck there, the salon dining room, and then the huge country kitchen. And then the top photograph, that's all sun deck. I don't actually think that layout for the sun deck is correct. Maybe this is something that they pulled off of a generic sort of layout from the Lazara website, but the actual space, the volume up there is the same. It's just the couches and the bars and the jacuzzi is set up a little differently. So on to the walkthrough. There you can see it says the 8 guests. That I think is a mistake. We see there's just the 3. I can't see that anyone would kick the captain out of his cabin when they get extra guests on board. He wouldn't be too happy about that. So this just details room by room. I won't sort of hang on this too long. Hit your pause button if you want to read through this, but it says basically the master cabin with the walk-in closets, queen size bed, same in the 2 other staterooms. Lists all of the electronics there. On to the next page, more electronics. Goes through the mechanical equipment. You see our Caterpillar C30s there, great engines. Water makers, 1,200 gallons per day. As I said earlier on, click on the request more info button and I'll send this off to you so that you can have it in hand. One area that I will draw your attention to, the remarks at the bottom, that basically draws attention to the fact that it was Lazara's sort of showboat, very low hours. The hours on those engines, I'm not sure whether they're accurate to this present day. If that's something that you want information about, then again I'll send that with the pack of information that I can email to you once you click on the request more info button. So there you go. A great great boat. Very sort of heavy on the optional extras. Beautiful woodwork, nice soft goods, and a huge flybridge and nice extra sort of water toys. So if it's a boat where you're more of an owner, sort of not going to be having too many guests on board, more of a family boat that's into sort of water sports, then I think this one would be a great option for you. So thanks for joining. we do these reviews every week, so if you want me to shoot you a quick email when the latest reviews are up, then click on the be the first to know button, and I'll let you know when they're available and ready to watch. So thanks for joining, and see you again next time.